Bro, the scariest, I'm really kind of shook up. I'm not even gonna lie. The scare, I was literally just crying. The scariest shit just happened. So I'm big on like dreams and stuff. I'm really into like my dreams and just stuff like that because I'm always very conscious in my dreams. Like I know when a dream is a dream. Since I was younger, like nightmares stopped being nightmares eventually. Like I used to have nightmares that wake me up in my sleep when I was like little. But nightmares stopped being nightmares. And it was like, cause I started literally in my dream, my brain would be breaking through like, girl, it's a dream. You okay? But like maybe like 3 weeks ago, a month ago, I came across that TikTok that said like people was just talking about it. And I kind of watched other people TikTok because it was like people were stitching it or whatever. And they was saying like how in your dream, if you say out loud, y'all, hold on. Like in your dream, if you say out loud like that you know it's a dream, the other parties in your dream get to trying to beat your ass or it be weird. So that shit happened just now. And when I say that shit just was so scary, like I'm literally, cause literally, y'all, that shit was, I never felt no shit like that before. And then I started tumbling into, now another thing that happens to me often is sleep paralysis. It's actually been happening more often lately. I, I, I never used to, I only ever had it one time, like prior to like the last year and it's just been rolling around. But anyway, the shit that happened and then like I pretty much said out loud in my dream like this is not real or this is just a dream or something. And then I felt like I was finna die. It felt like the people in the dream was finna kill me in the dream. And I already knew I was in the dream. Like I don't even know how to explain that shit. Like so instantly my body started waking me up because this is what happened with nightmares, why I stopped having nightmares because I'll be having a nightmare, but once it's like it's not real, my body waking me up like, oh girl, you good. Creepy a little bit, right? So in the fucking dream, when I said this not real out loud, usually I think it. When I said it out loud, it felt like the people in the dream was trying to kill me. And then it was like they was chasing me. Oh my God, I'm gonna make a separate video on what the fuck happened. But I started rolling into sleep paralysis. That shit got y'all, I don't fucking know. That shit just shook me up so bad. I was literally like, the tears was rolling. It wasn't even like I was like, crying. Like, it wasn't like that. It was just like, once I woke up, the tears was non-stop. I don't know.
So I just woke up from a nap, and God put it on my heart to make this video because I just had a very demonic dream, and I know that there's somebody out there that's going through this or that can use this message as a lesson. I want to tell you a little backstory before I tell you the dream. A couple years ago, I used to lucid dream willingly, right? I would practice it every day. You know, I seen people doing it. I wanted to see what the hype was about. So I would practice it, lucid dream. What lucid dreaming is basically like you're out of your body. It's an out of body experience. So when you're asleep, and you're dreaming, you become aware that you're dreaming and you start to do whatever, right? When this happens, you can do whatever. I used to go to Mars. I used to fly. I used to go through walls. I used to create portals. I used to, have sexual intercourse with whoever I wanted to. Like, that's what you can do in the lucid dream because you're free to do whatever, right? I want to also add there's a thing that a lot of people go through to where they lucid dream, either they purposely lucid dream or they accidentally do it. And there's a thing that when you tell the people or the spirits in the dream that you know that you're awake or you know that you're dreaming, these spirits have an angry, demonic face. And that's for a reason. I'm going to tell you what that reasoning is. So, God convicted me to stop lucid dreaming a couple years ago. Never understood why. I'm like, what's the problem with that? Told me to stop lucid dreaming. And he told me the problem with that is not that you're lucid dreaming, not that you're in the spiritual realm. The problem is your body that is laying there with no spirit in it. Okay? That's the problem. That's the scary part. Your body is laying there with no spirit in it because you decided to leave it, right? Whether you purposely left it, you're practicing lucid dreaming, or you accidentally lucid dreamed and you decided to continue it. Your body is laying there with no spirit in it. And I want you to understand that the longer you have no spirit inside of your body, or whenever you have no spirit inside of your body, bad spirits and demons can enter it. They can come and go and enter it. All these thousands of demons can enter your body, okay? And the problem with that is that they can't purposely hurt your body. They can't cause harm to your body. They can't take it over. You know what I'm saying? The problem with it is that when they finally decide to leave, when you finally decide to wake up, when you leave this lucid dream, the demon left residue. The demon left over energy. So when you decide to wake up, you might find yourself doing bad things. You might find yourself thinking things that you didn't think before. You might find yourself trying to end your life. You might find yourself reacting out of anger, and you never used to be an angry person. You might find yourself having these qualities that you didn't have before. But because that demon was inside of your body for so long, because you decide to lucid dream every day, or you decide to astral project. Astral projecting is different. I'm going to talk about that too. It's going to be a long video, so bear with me. But when you decide to continue to lucid dream every night, this is you constantly allowing demons into your body, right? And I know people think, it's fun. I used to think that too. I used to be like, I can do whatever. Wow, like I could go to Mars. That's crazy. Seems fun, but it's not. This is exactly why a lot of people, when they tell people that they're talking to in the dream, oh, I know I'm in a dream. The person that they're talking to gets angry. They either start chasing them, they either start yelling, they have a really demonic face. Like something bad happens when you tell somebody in a dream that you know you're in a dream. Okay? So astral projection, what that is basically when you know that you're in a dream, but you look back and your body's laying there. Right? Lucid dreaming doesn't always have to be that. Lucid dreaming, you can look back and the bed is completely empty. But astral projection and sleep paralysis, if you get up out of your body and you look back, your body's still laying there, right? So what God is telling me about those two, astral projection and sleep paralysis, is that if you find yourself, because people that go through sleep paralysis, usually there's a demon in front of them, right? So what happened in my dream was I went through sleep paralysis, right? But it didn't happen the way it usually happens. I went through sleep paralysis one other time, and there was a demon on top of me holding me down. Right, holding me down, trying to stop me from going to sleep. Right, holding my mouth, all that, just holding me down. Felt like I couldn't breathe. What happens is, or what happened this time was, I seen a demon. As soon as I opened my eyes, right, I seen a demon in front of me. I closed my eyes because I knew that. I remember that happening before, and I knew, okay, I'm having sleep paralysis. Close my eyes. Open my eyes back up, demon was gone. I thought I was awake. I was like, okay, cool. I tried to open the blinds. I tried to call somebody. I tried to, scratch. I even tried to scratch myself to see if I was awake. None of it was working, right? And I felt drained trying to move around. When I was opening the blinds, I felt really heavy. My arm felt 100 pounds trying to open this blind. And that's what happens when you try to keep moving while you're going through that. So what God is telling me to make this video for is that when you're going through sleep paralysis, when you accidentally lucid dream, first off, stop lucid dreaming willingly. Stop doing it. But if you accidentally lucid dream, astral project, or you go through sleep paralysis, do not move. Call that demon, cast that demon away in the name of Jesus. Say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Close your eyes and go back to sleep. What God had me do was rock back and forth. So rock back and forth, go back to sleep. I say, I want to wake up, right? Because the longer that you're outside of that body, if you try to get up, some people try to get up, try to call somebody, try to wake them up, try to yell. The more that you do that, the more that you move your body around, you're exiting your body, okay? You're exiting your body because your spirit's trying to leave, trying to do things. Stop doing it. So if you find yourself in sleep paralysis, rebuke that demon in the name of Jesus. If there's no demon and you find that you see your body laying there, go back into your body immediately. I don't know who I'm talking to. It's probably somebody that likes to lucid dream, or they accidentally go through sleep paralysis a lot. You're probably under spiritual attack, which I feel like I'm going through because I haven't had this in months, right? I haven't lucid dreamed in probably 2 years. I haven't, or astral project in 2 years. I haven't accidentally lucid dreamed in like a month. And I haven't had sleep paralysis in years. So this is for a reason. When you're going through sleep paralysis and all that stuff, it's for a reason. So figure out what you feel like your lessons are in this, or what you feel like your life is going like right now, and really look at why you could be spiritually attacked. But for whoever this is for, whoever feels like this message is for them, stop lucid dreaming, please. It seems fun, but it's not. It's taking away your energy. This is why every time that you lucid dream or you go through sleep paralysis and you finally wake up, you are drained. You feel like you literally haven't got any sleep in 10 days. You feel so heavy, like you can't get up. That's because you left your body for so long, right? You left your body for so long, you finally went in it, it's taken over. This is the same reason why we're not supposed to drink to get drunk. Because when you're drunk, or when you take a whole bunch of drugs, when you're having an out-of-body experience, you're outside of your body. This is why you see so many drunk people, or when you're drunk, you react a certain way. You don't remember what you did last night. You just become this demon. It's because you are becoming a demon. You're having an out-of-body experience. There are demons entering your body. The more that you become drunk, the more that you lucid dream, the more that you go through sleep paralysis and you leave your body. Stop leaving your body. Okay, this is very serious. It's not none to play with. It's urgent, because he made me make the video as soon as I woke up. I just took a minute, and you can even see like my eyes have not gone back to normal for a minute since I woke up. I literally feel like I don't look normal. So it's very serious. Do not keep leaving your body willingly, because like I said, demons leave over energy. They leave it off. They don't permanently take over your body unless you let them, sell your soul, stuff like that. We get into that later. But they can temporarily leave off residue that you would think is you. You'll randomly have these intrusive thoughts. You'll have these urges to do certain things that are not you. You have to constantly cleanse yourself. So for somebody that's purposely doing it to themselves, stop it, please. This is your sign. If you've been looking for a sign, stop lucid dreaming, please. And if you're going through sleep paralysis, call out in the name of Jesus to rebuke that demon and wake you up, okay? And if you find that you are left from your body, you see your body laying there, you need to lay back down and go to sleep. And if you're lucid dreaming and you don't see your body, you need to find a bed, because when you're lucid dreaming, you can literally create a bed like that. Say, I want to see a bed, and you lay down and you go to sleep and you ask for God to wake you up. That's it.
I just want to remind you guys that you are in fact lucid right now. I always talk about, I don't know, it just clicked for me when I was working out. I was like, wait a minute. The fact that I'm saying that I'm fucking lucid. I'm lucid in my own dream right now. I'm aware of the fact that this is just a dream and this is all appearing within consciousness. I'm aware of the fact that everyone that I am perceiving is just a mirror of who I am. I am fucking lucid, right? You move completely different, right? Because you're no longer seeing others. You are only seeing love. You are only seeing wholeness and unity, because it's all just appearing in the dreamer. The dreamer is consciousness, which is all of us. We are all consciousness dreaming to be these separate characters, and we are all lucid right now. And the key is to stay lucid. The key is just to fucking stay lucid. As soon as the ego appears, or you start identifying with the ego, which is the separate self, you kind of fall back asleep. Because then you believe that people are separate from you, and you believe that like you are weak and powerless and vulnerable, and you're not. You're like literally powerful as fuck, because you are the dreamer. We are all collectively dreaming this dream together, and we are all so powerful, and this is all just an imaginative act. And we're lucid. Like, I don't know how I always like forget that, you know, because it's so easy to get identified with the separate tiny self that's Taylor, that I forget that I am not the small self with an S. I'm the big self, and so are you. You are the big self with an S. I was looking around the gym and I was like, oh my God, I'm literally inside of my own fucking mind right now. I'm lucid, like how I would be if I was in another dimension, my dream, and I become lucid. I'm lucid here, and I can control and I can manipulate the dream. And how can I control and manipulate the dream? By changing the meaning that I give to it, because as soon as the meaning changes, what appears changes. So I definitely have control, and like maybe I can't fly and shape shift and do all of the other things that I can do in other dimensions, because this dimension has different rules, and I'm still navigating and trying to figure it out. But god damn it, I'm lucid. And don't forget that, Taylor, and you don't forget that we are in fact lucid. And god damn, this is amazing, and this is just such a spiritual experience. And we don't even really know what's going on. All we can do is just take bits and pieces and try to put them together to create a narrative of what's happening in this now. It's always this now moment. And I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm so grateful to be talking to you. And I'm about to release a mini course, probably just like a little video talking about how to stay lucid in a dream, because I want all of you guys to not forget that this is all happening. You are walking around in your own consciousness. There are no others. There's only you, consciousness, which is me appearing as these separate selves. I love you. I love you. I love you.
So I just saw a video where someone was talking about something called shifting, and I don't know what that is, but people in the comments were saying it's like lucid dreaming, and I do know what that is, and I want to give you a warning about it. For those of you who don't know what lucid dreaming is when you're aware that you're in a dream so you can control aspects of it. And there's a bunch of little tricks you can do in real life throughout your day so that when you're sleeping, you do those tricks and you recognize you're in a dream. One that I use a lot is looking at text, looking away, and then looking back again, or pulling on your fingers. If you pull on your own finger in a dream, it'll get longer. However, I would strongly advise you not to learn to do it. It's not dangerous, it's not horrible, but it's also not really what you think it is. The biggest misconception about lucid dreaming, at least in the way I experienced it, is that there's a lot of stuff you can't control. Because when you're asleep, all of these synaptic connections are being made in your brain from things that happened to you over the past day or past few days that form memories, right? And that doesn't stop just because you're aware that you're in a dream. So what ends up happening is you end up having a lot of the same dreams like you normally would, except you're aware that they're dreams. There's a part of your mind that is awake that wasn't awake before. And all that does, or at least all that has done for me, is make my sleep less restful. It's just given me another time in my day where I can't shut my brain off. I'll realize I'm dreaming, and then I start thinking about the dream and thinking about why things are happening and what's going on. There's some fun things you can do, like flying and gliding. I particularly like to kind of slide, but those have limits too, and everyone's are different. Plus, if you get too excited and happy by whatever thing you're doing, your heart rate's going to go up and you're going to wake up. So lucid dreaming sounds fun. It can be fun sometimes, but most of the time you're just ruining your own sleep. Take care of your sleep. It is precious.
I think this is a great question, and I'm so excited to make this video for y'all because I've actually had a lot of people asking me about how to lucid dream. And I usually just come on here and tell you guys about how my dreams go. I don't really like give you instructions. Y'all kind of get the back end of like, oh my god, this just happened. How do y'all feel about it? So let's get into it. One, I've been a dreamer my entire life, so it's easy for me to lucid dream. But for somebody who either thinks that they don't have dreams, or is a dreamer but not a lucid dreamer, or can't interpret their dreams or have no control over their dreams, here are some small things that I have started to do over the years that does aid in my lucid dreaming. The first thing is you can always go on YouTube and look up some meditation frequencies and try them out. I cannot recommend just one or the other. You don't know what chakra has to be worked on and has to be energetically charged while you're sleeping at that moment. It's dependent on the person. So I recommend that you can go on to YouTube and listen to different meditation frequencies. That will definitely, like, you'll feel it in your body which one you should be listening to. Let that play all night while you sleep. Get back to me. The second thing that I do, I am also a healer, and I do a lot of works and practices depending on who you're talking to. I'm a shaman, I'm a witch, I'm a healer, I'm a psychic. But I also sleep with crystals under my pillows, and not a whole bunch of crystals under my pillow. You choose one crystal, and it does work really well, especially if you're just getting this crystal into your arsenal and you've already cleansed it. You're trying to consecrate it with your own energy. You definitely want to put it under your pillow for at least a week and get your energy intertwined with it. But that crystal will amplify your dreams in some type of way. Like lapis lazuli, if you're not ready to really like have full-blown conversations with your spirit guides and like not get any rest mentally because you're doing the work in your sleep, lapis lazuli, okay? If you're trying to get some sleep, lapis lazuli will have you rolling around all night. Okay, so it's dependent on the crystal. Quartz crystals are very good for it. Amethyst are really good for it. I've used obsidian. That's helped. I've used petrified wood. That's helped. Like, it depends on the person and the energy as far as like tools and tactics. Now, when you're in the dream, let's really get to it. Now, when you're in the dream, you got to realize that you always just pop up in the middle of the dream, right? You never really remember how you got there. Now, think of it like this. You're on a car ride, you're looking at your phone the whole time, and then when you look up, you're finally at your destination, right? You're not looking at the other cars on the road, seeing where other people are going, looking at your directions. You just pop up there, don't really know how you got there, but you're here now, right? Now that you're here, the main trick is to become conscious. It's hard. I've been doing it my entire life. I will not tell you that it will happen the first time unless you got some sort of psychic ability that you don't know about, okay? The first thing that you need to do is look around you. Because when you're in a dream, you're going to be on the screen, on the script, okay? When you're in a dream, everything is going to play out a certain way. And you're going to realize this because anytime that you've had a dream, even though you didn't think you were lucid, anytime you had a dream and you stepped outside of the script, everybody around you looked at you, right? So the first thing you need to learn how to do is when you're inside of a dream, look around you. Look around you and look at things. This will help you become conscious in your dream. And it's levels to it. You know, like in the beginning, I will look around and everybody's faces will be blurred out, but the person I was supposed to be looking at, you know. Now, I can look around the room in my dream and I can see everybody's individual faces. I know exactly what they're wearing, okay? I pay attention to detail. I know what somebody is eating. I know what something smelled like. I know what the numbers were on this sign. Try to pay attention to things around you. Now, when you do this, when you wake up the next day, you won't remember anything but the thing you paid attention to, okay? And do not forget, please, if you're trying to learn how to lucid dream, do not wake up and get straight on your phone. You're gonna forget your dream, okay? Wake up and lay there for a second. Think about those details that's playing in your mind and write them down, okay? Writing them down will make you become more aware of it and not push it off as some random detail in a dream that's not real, right? Pay attention to the things around you. Pay attention. And once you start paying attention to the things around you and it's easier for you to fall into a dream and realize that you're dreaming because you're paying attention to things around you, you can choose to change the script, okay? Now, as you choose to change the script, you can't move drastically or the dream will attack you, okay? Now, you can do things simple like, okay, I'm here. I'm looking around. There's a person there. She's looking at me. I'm looking at her. I like her yellow shirt. Take that with you when you wake up. Because if you stand in the middle of a fucking street in your dream and you're like, I'm dreaming, everybody's gonna attack you, okay? One, because the dream world is very, very interesting, and sometimes you could be in the middle of somebody else's dream. So if you're in the middle of somebody else's dream, or you're messing up somebody else's subconscious, or you're bringing awareness to things that people don't need to be aware of, the dream will try to attack you. Now, that doesn't mean that it's demons and it's witches and everything attacking you. That's your subconscious trying to attack you, just like your body will attack a cancerous cell. Okay? It sees something abnormal going on in something that has a generic way that it's supposed to move around your brain, your body, your energy subconsciously, and now you're changing that. Once you start to change that, these people in your dreams will try to attack you, okay? It will be scary. It's to stop you from being conscious in your dreams. A lot of people choose to stop after that point and they don't dream and they don't have lucid dreams anymore because they're scared. They don't know what's going to happen. But keep going, okay? Life is hard. You keep going, right? So keep going. When you go into your dream and then you see all these people, that's why you can look at one of my videos and I'm in my dream and I'm looking around, I'm looking at the time, something's wrong here. I'm looking at the time, something's wrong. People around me are like, what do you mean? Everything's fine. In my dream. I realized that something was off and I said, I'm dreaming, and everybody ran towards me and I stopped them. Because in my mind, in my body, my spirit, in my soul, in my consciousness, I knew that I am in my dream. I have control. It's real if I make it real. And I made all these people fly in different fucking directions and couldn't nobody touch me. I've flown off of the planet. I've gone to different planets before. I've sat in spaceships. I've gone to the other side with dead people. I've been back and forth in time. Like, dreams are a way to bring you out of your body and put you into the Akashic records. Time is not fluid. You're going up, down, back and forth. You're going to experience something, okay? Now, what does it feel like? To me, it feels like this. It feels like this. Like, I could wake up in 30 minutes and be like, I had a dream I was looking at my phone making a video. My dreams are very real. I have a whole reality. Okay, so when it comes down to me personally, in my dreams, there's different levels to it. And my dreamscapes of my subconscious, which a lot of people have, are houses or buildings. That is always a representation of your subconscious and how you move through that. And anything that's dark, scary, chasing you through here, it's things that you're running from, you're hiding from, anxieties, things like that, okay? So there's that part to it. Then there's the part where you kind of shift into different realities, okay? And you have to accommodate and act like you're from here. It can feel really real. When you're in a lucid dream, it feels like you're woke. It doesn't feel like you're dreaming. It doesn't feel like, wow, this is so, it doesn't feel like, but the light looks weird. It feels like this is real. And then you wake up and be exhausted because you was just up. Can you re-enter dreams that you've been to before? I'll answer it like this. I can't say that I have entered dreams that I have been in before, but I have gone back to a lot of the same places. I've gone back to a lot of the same places, scenarios, people that I've had. I remember all of my dreams ever, okay? I remember my very first nightmare when I was like 4 years old. So there is definitely a progression of the whole dreamscape and how it happens and how it changes, but there are random times where I will pop back into dream scenarios that I've had years ago, months ago, or whatever like that. That will happen. Majority of the time, it happens in real life. Majority of the time, I turn around twice in real life and I'm questioning if I'm dreaming because I've had multiple dreams about this place and I've never been before in real life, but now I'm here. That's a different thing. But I hope this answers some of your questions. I was really excited to do this video for this. I'm in the middle of doing my makeup. This is foundation work, baby. But yeah, please ask some more questions about, you know, anything spiritual, anything dream related. Really into it, really love it. That's my whole entire fucking life. So yes, keep it coming, guys. Make sure you put some more comments under this or go reply to the last videos. Look through my story times. I got a lot of playlists on here. See you guys in the next one.
Listen, when it comes to lucid dreaming, it's fucking magical. And you want to know why? It's connecting with the collective conscious of your higher self, spirit, and the different realms and things of that nature. And yes, there are scientific reasonings or scientific names that describe these things, such as hearing voices when you're about to wake up or fall asleep, or getting vivid visions. But I'm talking about tapping into your spiritual gifts from lucid dreaming, utilizing that into your daily life. It's a magical formula of going in with your psyche and how you carry yourself in your daily life and connecting with that spiritual realm of your spiritual self in your higher self and finding the solutions within the symbols of the lucid dream and working them out for growth and better manifestation, and realizing that you are the co-creator in both realms, both waking and both sleeping. When you're lucid dreaming, unlimited possibilities can happen. You can connect with a loved one. You can connect with yourself. You can go to a parallel universe. You could become a whole different being. And lucid dreaming is kind of hard. You can do it unconsciously because everyone can dream. Everyone can lucid dream. And then there's those who have mastered the art of lucid dreaming and know and taken the necessary steps and practices to actually lucid dream and become lucid in your dream. For instance, my trick is every day I just look at my hands and I look at my feet and I wiggle my feet and I feel all 5 fingers and 5 toes. So when I decide to become lucid in my lucid dream, where I'm awake and sensible, what I do is look at my hands. If they look weird, I have to recognize that feeling and ground myself, because if I get too excited, you'll jump out the dream. And when you're dealing with spirit in a lucid dream, it's pure love and light and positivity. So if you don't feel that, then it's something that you can banish out of your dream, or you can just simply wake up. But it also
could be an emotion or something that you are dealing with in your daily life that you are not dealing with, manifesting into a physical form. And it can be scary because it's something you're not ready to deal with. That is another symbol as looking at something like that in a lucid dream. It's all about inner growth. All I'm trying to say is lucid dreams help you in the physical world, and it helps you with your spiritual gifts, and it gives you symbols in a dream that you can use in your daily life to help you grow and work on the things that have been hindering you to elevate.
You guys, being lucid in a dream doesn't mean you necessarily control it every time. Lucidity just means that you're aware that you're dreaming within the dream. And that applies to life too. When you suddenly have an awareness that everything is a simulation, you have awakened from the dream, you're lucid. I had a lucid dream last night. I was dreaming that I went into a room and realized that I was dreaming. And in the dream, I said, look at your hands, see if they change. And I started to look at my hands, but they didn't change. And I was like, but why not? Then the dream continued into another scene when I suddenly was on a bridge and hovering above the ocean, like dreams do, weird transitions. But I woke up and I was like, wait a minute, I was lucid dreaming within the dream. I didn't have lucidity directly. But isn't it wild that in the simulation, I was in a simulation? Isn't that wild? That is what I love about dreams. And when you measure that against the real world, you start to see a lot of parallels. Because when you become awakened in the dream, you become aware of how to change your reality. I love you.
Lucid dreaming and astral projection are two different vehicles to the same destination. Here's 3 steps to lucid dreaming. First things first, you need a reality object. Okay, that is something that you carry with you all the time, like a necklace or a ring. Something that you know exactly how it looks, okay? So you're going to examine your reality object every hour. You're gonna set a timer. That is the second step, okay? So every hour, that timer goes off, you look at your object, okay, yep, it still looks normal. Because when you do this enough times in waking life, you will start to do it in your dreams, and that is what will allow you to break through to lucid. Third is that you need a dream journal. So when you wake up, you need to immediately write down your dreams, because what will happen is you will start to form a dream landscape, okay? And you will start to notice the scenery in your dream and realize that you're dreaming, okay? Now, there's 3 different levels to lucid dreaming. There's level 1. Level 1 is when you are in a dream and you realize something is off, but you don't go any further than that. Okay, it's like, oh my God, why didn't you just walk up the wall? That was weird. But anyway, what were you saying? That's level 1. Level 2 is when you actually realize you're dreaming, but you don't take control of the dream. You just become a conscious observer of the dream. Oh, I'm dreaming. Let me see what this, what? Third level is when you actually realize you're dreaming and you break through and take control of the dream. Okay? Now, do not get too excited when you start to lucid dream. It's okay to enjoy flying and all that amazing stuff you can do, but if you get too excited, you will wake yourself up. Follow for part 2, while I tell you all the amazing things you can do in the astral realm.
I keep seeing all these videos of people talking about you can't ask for the date and time within a dream. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. For those of y'all that are new, I'm Jasmine. I'm a celebrity spiritual consultant. I'm also a channeler and a dream psychic. I get dates and time all the time, but what y'all need to understand is that lucid dreaming is a form of meditation, and just like when you're meditating, you have to have an intention. Our measurements of time are only applicable where properties are consistent. The properties of our dream world are not consistent to the properties of our physical world. Therefore, it's not going to have a date and time, but you can ask about past dates. You can get future dates. You can read within your dreams. You can even read that scribble scrabble shit within your dreams. Also, your dream world people are not out to get you. It is metaphorical to your waking life. When I first started my spiritual journey and I was trying to figure out how to get my third eye open, I had this dream, and there were all these people passing back and forth between this foggy ass border, and I went from being in like first person perspective to like watching them and observing them to like being in the distance, seeing myself observing them. And that's when I noticed where my third eye chakra was, that my eye was open and it was like black and it was leaking sparkly tears. That's my trigger trip, because before I went to sleep, I was looking at a picture just like that on Pinterest. So I was like, oh, I'm dreaming or I'm awake at that point. So I'm like, okay. And so I started paying attention. That's when I shot back into first person perspective. And I was like, do y'all know that y'all are dead? And I was looking at them. Everybody was gray. They just looked like zombies. I was like, do y'all know that y'all are dead? I can see that y'all are dead. Do y'all know that y'all are dead? Well, everybody started looking at me and they were just looking at me crazy. And when I woke up, I was like, what the fuck was that about? It took me 8 months to decipher and decode that dream because I didn't know no better, just to find out it was a representation of the people that I was actually experiencing every single day. People passing back and forth between that foggy border was a representation of people missing the smoke signals, of people not watching the shit happening right within their midst and missing signals from their ancestors, their higher self, their guides, and things of that nature. Me being able to see my third eye and also saying in the dream that I can see that y'all are dead 8 months later was a representation that way back then when I was trying to figure out how to get my third eye open, it was already fucking open. I just didn't know any better. It was all metaphorical, and learning how to interpret your dreams is really important. If you're interested in learning more, I'm going to do a series each Sunday where I talk about different things within the spiritual community that I think people need to know, but there may be a lot of fear mongering around. And if you are interested in taking my dream work class, it's November 19th at 1:11 p.m. and I'm talking about dream recall. I'm teaching dream sharing. I'm teaching astral projection, so y'all know how to do it safely. And I'm teaching how to gain and maintain lucidity and popular misconceptions and meanings of different dreams, and giving out different books that have helped me.
All right, y'all ready for this? 4 things I learned from lucid dreaming that you are going to learn as well. Let's just cut the BS, y'all. The best way to lucid dream is to always remind yourself what dimension you are in and observe the reality you are in all the time. So no matter what, keep track of what dimension you're in. Even when you're in the physical, you're like, okay, I'm in the physical. You're always reminding yourself you're in the physical and why. Then it's going to drag into the dream realm, because then you're like, oh, well, that joint doesn't usually happen in the physical. I know I must be dreaming. And then you're going to have more evidence as to why you are dreaming and not physical. Make sure you know this joint is real. It's just not physical. So it's a different experience. After a while, you're naturally going to know what experience you're having all the time without even thinking about it. Number 2, that joint's gonna feel really, really real. When I was traveling with someone, we had a code word, which meant that we would say this word anytime we noticed the other was drifting, which meant that they were starting to forget that they were in the dream realm. And we would have to remind ourselves, we'd be like, look, and point over there and be like, does that joint happen in the physical? And then we'd be like, oh yeah, you're right. Or we would just say our code word and it would click instantly. Just as real as this feels, you're gonna notice the dream realm feels just as real as that. You feel temperature, you even feel pain sometimes. You're gonna feel everything as though it's physical. This is what I mean by consider these experiences as real, because they are. It's just a different level of experience, and you're experiencing something that you take with you forever. Number 3, creating what you want isn't as easy as you think. It actually takes some energy and precision. You'll have to be really exact and create it within your mind. So you're showing your mind what you want it to build. So you're gonna have to treat it like an AI, literally showing it what you want it to look like, how you want it to operate, or else it's gonna be like an AI and create as close as it can to what you said or how you showed it. That's why I say make it in your mind when you're in the dream realm, and then you're showing it what exactly you want. I remember I tried manifesting certain people and it made them look really AI-like. It was too clean and kind of fake. And then when I tried to create my own person, I created it and then I was like feeling out. I was like, that was not it, bro. Like, you're gonna have to be real exact. Now I see why Albert Einstein used lucid dreaming to create his inventions, because this is a perfect place to build what you want. I didn't know it was like that, so I'm in there and I was like, damn, like you're gonna have to be real exact, and you could build anything you want here by any rules you want. Yes, you could fly, but it's actually kind of harder than you think. It's actually really harder than you think. You'll be like jumping and put your hands in the air like this and ain't nothing moving. It does take some practice to learn how to fly, which I remember my guides came in one time and was trying to teach me how to fly. They're like, do it like this. And it worked, and I got so excited I almost woke up. But it does take some training, which I'm like, okay, this is it. Number 4, if you ask spiritual beings to pull up, they finna pull up. I have a really deep relationship with my guides. So when I was lucid dreaming, I was like, oh, I want to see what you guys look like. So I told them to pull up near the end of my lucid dream, and they look just like this. It startled me. I was like, whoa, because imagine a being was to just pull up in front of you right now looking just like this right now, you'd be like, whoa. Like, even if you asked them to pull up, it would startle you. They were so colorful and so like cosmic looking. I was like, wow, you guys are really made out of the universe, bro. Tell me if some of y'all lucid dreamed, what it was like, what you learned, and what you're trying to do with it. Because obviously you could do anything with this joint.
Swipe and miss these diamonds are finna drop on your ass. Go ahead and swipe. Fuck around. Fuck around. Chosen ones, listen. If you've been struggling with lucid dreaming, you just can't get it. After this video, you're going to know exactly how to do it. First things first, you must understand and overstand that lucid dreaming is very powerful and not to be taken lightly. Because it's going to for sure change your life. I'm not bullshit. Entering the lucid state on purpose is very powerful, but you need a couple tools to get this done. Tool number 1, headphones. Now don't get it twisted. You don't have to have these headphones. You need any headphones that will suffice, okay? Just a set of headphones. Don't fuck this up. Tool number 2, a metronome. Now a metronome is a device that's usually used to keep the tempo when you're playing music for piano, drums, guitars, etc. But it's also a very useful tool when it comes to lucid dreaming. Now you can find your metronome on any type of app store that you have, whether you have Apple or Android. Just go look for a metronome, download it. I'm about to show you how to use it. Now let's dive into the technique. First thing you're going to need to do is pick your time. Your time is very, very important. Doing this too late in the day, you're just going to fall asleep. If it's around like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, you're just going to fall asleep. I would suggest doing it in the midday, like around noon or around 5 o'clock. It's the best time to do it because the sun is shining bright and you can sit in your window and gather up all that sunlight. Do a little sun gazing. I ain't talking about stare right into the damn. Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. Sun gazing. Now that you got your 10 to 15 minutes of sun gazing in, it's time to close the blinds, close the door, get into a quiet space. Now set your metronome to about like 76 BPM, okay? That's beats per minute. 76 BPM. It's important. After you completed that process, now it's time for you to lay down. Put your headphones on, turn the volume down to like, I would say just above hearable. Now it's time to relax. Take deep breaths. And I want you to put something in your mind that's going to keep you awake and focused on your third eye. Now, whatever's in your mind, it can be a passageway like a mountains with a little river down the center. That's what I like to use. It really works for me. Or you can just imagine that you're looking into the stars at night. Whatever works for you. Now, what's going to tend to happen is after about like 30 to 40 minutes or so, it can be shorter, depending on you. After 30 or 40 minutes or so, you're going to start to hear that metronome start to fade off into the background. It's gonna get good. Now I want you to stay locked into whatever you're visualizing because it's not really gonna take that long. Okay? It's not really gonna take that long. Actually, I've gotten to the point where I can do this under 5 minutes. So whatever you're focusing on in your mind's eye, you can see it in your mind's eye, you can focus on it. I want you to focus intently and just let the metronome fade into the background. Once you start to see whatever you're visualizing become lifelike, you want to move as fast as possible in the direction of what you're visualizing. That's going to allow you to release yourself from your physical consciousness and slip right into that lucid dream. Voila, you made it in. You're officially lucid dreaming. Look around you. Get to touching everything that you can. Get close up on it. Examine it. Have fun. The more that you increase your awareness of the environment that you just entered into, the more realistic the dream is going to become. Now, like I said, there's a warning on this. This ain't no motherfucking game. This ain't no game. The level of detail is like nothing you've ever experienced before, not even in real life. Okay? So you want to be very careful of what you entertain your mind with because it will pop just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Now, I don't want to make this video too long, but this has been a great technique. This is a master technique. I'm telling you, it's a master technique now. Don't fuck it up. It's a master technique. If this video has helped you in any type of way, hey, jump in them comments. Let Sincere Life know what's up. Now, if you got these diamonds, salute to you on your journey. Peace.